Hi, good morning, students. So you just finished checkpoint one, and now it's time for checkpoint two. Checkpoint two is going to be in chapter two, section 2.3.1. How can I make a useful graph? Then we're going to scroll down all the way to where we see the checkpoint logo, and that's into 120. This problem is a checkpoint for multiple representations of portions. It will be referred to as checkpoint two. For each portion of a whole, you have to write it three ways. So always pay particular attention to instructions. We want it as a percent, as a fraction, and as a decimal. If it's already in that format, then you only need to write it in the two of the three ways. For example, A is already in decimal format. So I want that as a percent, and I want that as a fraction. B, they wrote it out in English as a fraction. So, but I want to see the fraction numerical format, as well as the decimal and the percent. C is in percentage format, so I just need the decimal and the fraction. And D is in fraction format, so I need to see the decimal and the percent. All of these should be pretty easy, but if you guys remember, so for example, let's see if I can annotate on here. Say, for example, we have, like in A, we have 0.10, or just 0.1. 0.1 is 1/10. All right, that's the way you read it. And the way you read it is it tells you, or the way you say it out loud, 1/10, that already tells you how to write the fraction. Okay. And then since we have the decimal, we have the fraction, now we just need the percent. For a percent of 1/10, the way that I was taught, you touch the decimal and you move it over two spots, all right, or one spot, and that's going to be 10%. All right, don't forget the percent symbol. So 1/10 is 10%. And that would be an example of how to change a decimal to a fraction and a percent. It's also very important to remember that all percentages, the maximum, we talked about this previous lesson, is out of 100%. The max you can get to make it almost always certain is 100%. So say, for example, we had 0.55. Well, 0.55, again, you move the decimal over to the right 2 points, and that's going to be 55 over 100. Everything is out of 100. Okay. Even the one before, the 0.1 was actually 1 over, or 10 over 100. Because that's 1/10. And then you have to reduce. So the 55 over 100 and the 10 over 100, we need to reduce. So this one, we can just easily take out the zeros, and then that's where we get the 1/10. And 55 over 100, we can take out the fives. So we can just do 55 divided by 5, which is going to be 11, right? 100 divided by 5, which if you split 105 ways, $100, that should be 20. So don't forget to reduce. 55 out of 100 is not the simplified fraction. I want it in lowest terms. So this is actually 11/20ths. Make sure you go all the way down to 11/20ths. And math, us math teachers expect for you to be able to simplify fractions, all right, to their lowest common factor. All right, so go ahead and work on checkpoint two as well. Checkpoint three is not a lesson, but I would like you guys to look it over as homework. So you guys should be able to finish checkpoints one and two because they're only 8 problems and they're pretty simple within this class period. Checkpoint three is not a homework lesson, but it is something that I will be looking in your notebooks for notebook check for next week. That'll be your first notebook check is next week. I'll be looking for checkpoint three in there. So make sure you work on that over homework. There will be no video for checkpoint three. You need to find it though. So let me go ahead and see if I can help you find checkpoint three. If you scroll down to the bottom of your book in CPM, and there's a reference section, and you should be able to find the checkpoints. So checkpoint three is in chapter three, 3-110. So the lesson is 3.32, for checkpoint 3, why would I use decimals? And then you just scroll down to look for the check mark, and it's 3-110. This one has 6 problems that I want to see in your notebook for notebook checks next week. All right, you guys, don't forget that I'll be uploading a video tomorrow for homework over the weekend in the weekly review section. And then I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.